Hello guys, welcome to a new video. My name is Jesus, this is my channel Pre-Med Max, and today we're going to be discussing should I join ROTC as a pre-med student or as a high schooler thinking about going to pre-med. Should I do ROTC? So let me tell you a little bit more about myself. I came to Mexico my freshman year of high school. I came from Mexico my freshman year of high school. And from there, I did track all throughout high school, and I did like the pre-med program. Well, not the pre-med program, the like medical assistant program in my high school, which I ended up getting my certification because my high school wasn't um, certified to give the certification. And I joined the National Guard whenever I was 17. I was still in high school. The way I joined, I had a ROTC scholarship promise to when I joined ROTC. There's a lot of people who don't have a ROTC scholarship and still join ROTC. So if you're planning on joining ROTC because you need college assistance, there is ways of doing it throughout the National Guard. If you're planning to go active, you will have to wait like 1 or 2 years until you get contracted, and it will be like your school who gives you the scholarship. But I was awarded the National Merit Scholarship by the National Guard before even joining college. Like you get your letter of acceptance. Like I was a senior, but I was already accepted in college. That will highly recommend doing your college applications during your like junior summer, and after that like applying to the national, like to the scholarship in the National Guard, to the ROTC program, which the National Guard and ROTC programs are two different separate things. So I always knew that I wanted to be a doctor. That has always been my dream, and still my dream, and still why I'm going to college to one day go to medical school. Right now, I'm a junior. Well, I'm gonna come into my MS3 year into ROTC, like junior year of ROTC, right? And I can tell you a little bit more about my experience and how ROTC has gone for me. Because whenever I joined ROTC, there wasn't any video of my experience in ROTC during college as a pre-med during my bachelor's. There's a lot of videos out there about like the from bachelor's to medical school program, which if you want me, leave in this in the comments below if you want me to do a video about it, because I really don't want to go that pathway, and I have my reasons why I don't want to go on that pathway. A lot of people would love to go on that pathway. In my personal opinion, I don't think it's for me, and I can go more about it. But let's look at you. Let's imagine you are a high schooler trying to go into pre-med, and you're deciding should I do the ROTC program or not. Let's evaluate everything. Pre-med, it's a super hard major. Well, it's not a major, it's a pathway, but it's a super hard pathway, right? You're gonna be studying a lot, you're not gonna have that much time to sleep, you're not gonna have a lot of time to hang out. Now let's put the demands of ROTC in top of being a pre-med. So ROTC is a program so you can become an officer, a second lieutenant, whenever you finish college. So the difference between enlisted and second lieutenant. And ROTC will take you to commission as a second lieutenant. ROTC itself, it's pretty tiring. You're gonna wake up every morning at, depends. You can wake up as early as 2 a.m., guys. You're gonna do something called rocks, wherever you're running with a 45 pack, I think 35 or 45 pound backpack on your back to up to 12 miles. And to complete them, because before your classes start, you might have to like wake up super early. You're gonna be doing ACFTs, or now it's the AFT, like the combat fitness test, like twice a semester. Some schools do it up to 4 times a semester. You're gonna be doing events. You're gonna be doing so much stuff. Sometimes you're gonna have to wake up like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., but most of the time you will not be waking up 5 a.m., right? To get ready to do PT. You're gonna do 1 hour of exercise or 1 hour and a half, depending on every program RTC. It's gonna be different. On top of that, you're gonna have 2 classes. Huge difference. ROTC is not the same thing as Corps of Cadets. In my opinion, if you are debating if you should do ROTC in college, I will. Point of what I was saying, ROTC and Corps of Cadets is not the same. Some schools have ROTC programs, and some schools have ROTC and Corps of Cadets programs. The Corps of Cadet, if you do like 4 years of the Corps of Cadets, you don't have to commission, right? But I would say that every ROTC program that has a Corps of Cadets, it's more strict. Everything that I'm saying right now, it's gonna be a little bit like worse because, like, for example, me, I get to like live apart from like I don't get to live like I don't have to live in the school, right? I get to live apart. I get to have like a life a little bit apart from the program. I'm extreme still involved, but it's different. The Corps of Cadets, I feel like it just adds more difficulty to it. So if that's what you want, if you want like full army, yeah, definitely go for it. But if you don't want that, if you are like debating, you are like, should I do ROTC in college? Should I not? Like, I kind of like this, but I don't know. I still have my doubts. I would recommend a school research definitely. Definitely. If you are thinking about this, research your school, research its program, contact like past students, contact current students, ask them, hey, you like your ROTC program? Because every cadre is different. Every cadre is different. Your cadre might be extremely nice. Your cadre might be like sent from hell. Like I like my cadre for my ROTC program. I like my ROTC program. I feel like it's fair. It's demanding enough where you have fun. It's laid back enough wherever like I can be like, yeah, guys, like I'm too tired today. Like I have like a final today and I'm not doing great on my classes. Can I have a day off to study for my final? And they're like, yeah, sure. Like, let's go for it. Right? Like, I like that. But other programs might not allow you to do that. But research your ROTC program, research it, and research if they have the Corps of Cadets or not. And after that, make your decisions on it. On top of this is a free advice that's kind of not related to, but it is related to. If you are thinking on going to pre-med, let your advisors be your advisors, but not fully. Really talk with like senior people, like junior people, like people, classmates that have done like our courses higher whenever you're planning your courses. Why? Most of your advisors were not pre-meds themselves, so they don't really know how it is to be sitting down in that desk and going through this material. One of my advisors told me I should change my major. Like one of my like first semesters, she was like, well, if you are that stressed, like maybe consider changing your major because getting to medical school is pretty hard and you don't look like you're in the pathway. Yeah, I had a hard rough first semester. Your first semester is gonna be rough. Your first semester you might not get all A's. And she was like, yeah, med school, blah blah blah. Okay, so something terrible the advisors tell people to do is to get all your requirements done out of the way, and after that go for your hard classes. And they do this just in case you decide to drop out of college, you can get like your associates. But if you are not thinking about dropping out of college, this is a terrible advice for you. Why? Let's say you have one semester, you have English, history, floral design, psychology, all the fancy classes, right? Now, next semester, you have physics, you have chemistry, you have math, and you have biology. Really fun classes, but they are demanding. They are pretty demanding. So if you don't mix them up, what I will do is leave all my basic requirements, like all my fun classes, like floral design, my psychology classes, all of them. I will mix them up, match them up. Like I put like 2 hard classes per semester, 2 easy classes, so you can get like somewhere around 12 credits to like 14 credit hours per semester, including your ROTC classes. You're gonna have to do 18 to 16 credit courses. Some semesters, yes, is what's had to be done, but take classes over the summers. If you are pre-med thinking of doing ROTC, you will take classes over the summers. take your hard classes over the summers. People are like, oh no, don't take your hard classes over the summers. Those people do not know what's gonna to be ROTC improvement. Take your hard classes over the summer so you have time to advocate your full time to it. And whenever I mean like take your hard classes in the summer, I don't mean take like your organic chemistry because you heard it's hard. No. For example, for myself, I'm so bad at math. If I ever make a math mistake on my YouTube videos, it's probably gonna happen. I don't know if it has happened yet or not. No, because I try to not like include math, but I'm not the greatest at math. Even though I did like math UI in high school, I was not the greatest. So I'm retaking calculus right now because I didn't like my first grade. I didn't fail, but I didn't like the first grade. So leave them for the summer and mix match your classes. Take two hard classes, two easy classes, two hard classes, two easy classes in the same semester. So why did I mention that I did track and I did like pre-medical programs like biology programs and stuff like that? Because RTC or the scholarship to keep it, you need to pass your to keep your scholarship, you will need to pass your ACFT or now your FT AFT, right? So you are a pre-med, you are doing ROTC. So if you are not physically fit, this will be extremely hard for you to do both of them because you're going to be required to do so much stuff. You're going to be required to skip so many nights of sleep. You're going to be required to do all these, to study so much for classes that I think are hard, are like super hard. For me, the hardest classes that they challenge me the most will be like any math related classes because my brain is just not wired that way. You will require, they will ask too much for you, both of the sides of your life, right? And you are not gonna have that much time to work out, which is a huge pro to ROTC. You're basically getting paid to wake up early and start grinding, start getting the work in and start working out. But you don't have extra time to work out. Like, let's say you get like 10 push-ups before you want to go hit the shower or stuff like that. But that's going to require like an extreme dedication for it. But you are not going to have that much time to work out. So if you are not that fit in this moment, and you're planning on doing ROTC and pre-med, I will recommend to start working out. Like look up the AFT at the moment of posting this video. It's kind of new. I haven't done one yet. I want to do one this month. Wish me luck. Woo. If you want a breakdown of how it goes, leave it in the comments. So I would recommend to start working out if this is something you're planning to. That's why I mentioned track, because for me, it was more like, for me, it was physical part. It was not that hard, like passing the ACFTs, passing the test, because I already had like my running times were up. My push-ups were not that bad. I was more fit back then than I'm now, which is something I need to get back into this summer. For me, that part wasn't that hard. The part was extremely hard. It was learning how to manage my time, dealing with a lot of stress because you're trying to keep this like 3.5, 3.7 GPA and keeping up with the lack of sleep. That was my worst part, was keeping up with the lack of sleep. For me, it was whenever I joined ROTC, I was trying to do too much. I was trying to be Mr. Captain America or Captain Mexico. I don't know. I was trying to, I run track back in high school, guys. Look at me, I'm so fast. Oh, I'm gonna join other running teams. I'm gonna join Batan, and I'm gonna try to do like this. I'm gonna do like push-up crew. Like I know these words might not sound to you, but like I'm gonna join like more in ROTC. Is not only ROTC. You can volunteer to do so much more stuff, and all that volunteering to do much stuff takes time of your pre-med stuff. So as an advice as a pre-med who I already went to that path, don't try to do more than what you are asked to. Whatever you're asked to do, but okay, I might have to answer. So do it and do it right. But whatever you are not asked to do, don't like. Yes, always go the extra mile, but don't sign up yourself for more stuff because you already have to deal with more stuff that usually people in ROTC program are not dealing with. They might not understand what you're going through, and you're gonna have to repeat multiple times. Like, yeah, guys, I might need a little help in this aspect because I haven't slept in 2 nights. I have slept like 2, 3 hours, and I'm generally going crazy here. I'm a high schooler and I want to go into pre-med or into ROTC, how we were talking about earlier, right? Why? First of all, in a little sheet of paper, write like why you want to do this. For me, I don't come from a background that had the opportunity to send me to college without debt, right? And I also like, I don't know, I'm living the American dream kinda. So like, yeah, let's join the American army. We signed the movies, we signed school. A lot of my friends in track join army. So I was like, yeah, what's the smartest way to join? And after going through an adventure with my recruiters and getting a call from like someone important, they were like, so why do you wanna join the army? Why you wanna do pre-med? And I enjoyed the conventional way. I was gonna join, do my years, or like go to basic training like most of people do and be a National Guard man. And after, but no, I joined as a cadet, right? So just why? Is it for money? Okay, so you are joining because you need assistance to go to school. Then that's totally reasonable. But also, if it is truly for money, there are other ways of getting money for school. Like ATA loans were horrible. Yes, they are, but not that much. There is unsubsidized loans and there is subsidized loans. And I can make a video about this topic, about like the tuition loans later and which loans I will take if I didn't have the money for the army to provide for my school. If you want that, let me know that in the comments. But if it's only for money, you're gonna hate your 4 years that you are here. If it's only like, oh, I'm joining the army because I need to join, I know it might seem like this because you are young right now, but there's other ways. But it's incredible. I like that in your mind you are like, oh, like even if I'm not in the army, I must still be fit. I'm still going to work out and stuff like that. As a pre-med, no, you are not. You are not. I really like somebody keeps me accountable and somebody is like, yeah, you have to come and work out. You have to do this because, like, no, we won't pay for your school. And you get to work out. You get to be slightly healthy. I don't know. You're still missing the sleep. But if it's for only for money, that's not the reason. If it's because you like science, and your ultimate goal is to join the army as a like full-time, right, as an active duty officer, not as a National Guard. If it's because you like science, maybe check out your grades in high school. From high school, I had a 3.8 GPA. It wasn't the best, but also I didn't speak English when I joined high school. So that has to do. But if you struggle a little bit in high school, like college, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying like it cannot be done. I'm not saying, because it can, it really can. College is about how much effort you put into it. It's not how smart you are. I do say there is gaps. Like I've met people that gap me in intelligence, not hard work, but they got me in intelligence, and it's so much easier for them. But I'm not gonna lie, I have like breakdowns that be like, this class was extremely hard. And unless that's like what you wanna go for, because like you wanna be a doctor like me, I'm gonna be a doctor. It doesn't matter how much time it takes. It doesn't matter if I had to do a master's, it doesn't matter if I had to do 2 masters, it doesn't matter if I had to do a doctorate, I'm gonna be a doctor. Right? But if you are only want to be a second lieutenant and you want to branch medical, you can branch medical without having to be a pre-med, without having to go through all the struggle. If you want to go for it, go for it. More than encourage you to. But if your only objective is becoming a second lieutenant, not second lieutenant, officer, yeah, you become a second lieutenant, but if your objective is to become a captain or something, right? I will rethink that. I will rethink that because it's gonna be hard. It is. It's gonna be hard. I'm not saying I haven't met people in my program. Whenever I joined, there was somebody who was graduating as a pre-med. This person I don't know how they did it. They graduated with a 4.0 GPA on college, which is not the same in high school. And no wonder you're in ROTC and in med school, like in pre-med, like, right? It's not the same. I know people from other programs. They go to Rice University and he has like a really good GPA. I have only met two pre-meds that had done the same thing. And I feel like that's why this is not supported. You really, there is not that many people that's going to understand you. You're not going to get that much support from people, and there is not that um, a great web of like advice. Like, yeah, I feel like I'm a failure because I felt like that multiple times. There is not a web of security. But so let's say going off topic. So you wanna branch medical, you wanna do pre-med for science. So that's one of the two reasons. Oh, third reason, I did ROTC in high school and now I wanna do it in college just for fun and um, I kinda wanna be a doctor, but I kinda don't wanna be a doctor. Sure, try it out. Try it out. I mean, if you are not so sure about your commitment to it, I will say don't sign anything yet because you might not like it. Like it's not for everybody. It does take a great sacrifice. It does take a great I really want to do this, both the major and the RTC program. More when you combine them, like it does take a great sacrifice. So that's right. Let's say you make your mind, you want to join RTC in college and you want to do pre-med or you just want to join RTC in college. It doesn't matter which major you want to do. And you want to do the National Guard. This is the thing. You want to do the National Guard. You won't be allowed to don't be an officer for the National Guard. You cannot switch to active. Well, you could, but it's really hard. But like most likely, you are not gonna switch to active duty position. This is what you want, then this is a smart way of joining. You're gonna apply, get accepted to college, get accepted to at least 3 colleges, mostly, preferably public schools. What I mean, like they get funded by the state, so and then they have ROTC army programs. Army programs. So you wanna do those things. After that, you're gonna contact your local recruiter, right? You can just like Google up National Guard, Gold Guard, and contact your local recruiter. And after that, you want to ask him for a Minutemen scholarship. Minutemen scholarship. They are hard to get, kind of. On National Merit Scholar, they are hard to get, kind of. I hear people. There are these recruiters called SORD program, the SOR program. They approached me once whenever I was doing all my process. I don't really know what they are about, but I know they help you through this process. So research them and go ask them a little bit. But okay, you call your National Guard recruiter and you say you're really interested on the Minutemen program or National Merit Scholarship. And you're gonna be a O9 Romeo. A O9 Romeo. What does a O9 Romeo does? An O9 Romeo is a cadet who shadows lieutenants. So you're gonna shadow lieutenants in whatever area you're interested. No wanna lie, or probably wherever it's close to you. So I got to shadow medical lieutenants. I got to shadow field artillery lieutenants, and I love field artillery. But you get to shadow people. That's what a cadet does at O9 Romeo. You're probably not gonna go to basic. I don't know. You can leave in the comments. You can contact me if like this is something you need help by doing, and I can try to give you a hand. I don't get pay exactly for promoting this, or I don't get points because lots of people get like recruiting points. As a cadet, you're not gonna get recruiting points if you ask your friends. But I think this is a smart way of joining if this is what you want. Because so many people are like 2 years in the program and they're still waiting their scholarship or they're still waiting like some government assistance. because they enjoy the National Guard and they want to go guard. Like um, they don't want to go active, or they join the National Guard, but they join a different way. They choose a MOS. They went to basic training, they went to the IT, they couldn't reclass as a cadet, and they didn't get the National Merit Scholarship. And so before joining, think about this option, O9 Romeo Cadet. Yes, people in the Army are gonna see you a little bit less because you went to basic training and stuff. But if you are a contracted cadet and you are a freshman, you are going to be able to go to schools. I was saying, if you're a freshman and you're contracted because you have the scholarship, so if you have the scholarship, it means you're contracted. You have a huge advantage over your classmates, which means that you can go to schools over the summer, freshman or sophomore. I will go to those schools if I was you, because I went and it's training. At least you can see, like people like whenever you go to drill, they're gonna be like, "Oh, cadet, right? You cannot, you don't have no training. You poopy, right? Uh, you are this, you're that, blah blah blah, right? You always can be like, oh, I have this training, which it does not equal to basic, but at least you can be like, yo, I have this training, so I'm not that much of a boot. I'm not that much of a private per se, of like, right? And that's cool. It will look great on your makeup application. So we come to a new part. How does this ROTC look in your makeup applications? It will give you a huge leg up in your makeup applications because it will give you community hours. It will improve your acceptance rate in med school. It will show that you are dedicated. It will show that you don't quit easily, which is what a med school is trying to look. But it's it's if you are only doing ROTC because you want it to look good in your resume, you're gonna put so much time and effort into something that if you put that time and effort into something else, if you're only doing it because you want it to look good in your application, that if you put that time and effort into something else, it will look times better. Like if you put all the time and effort into research that I don't research myself, or if you put that time and effort into something else, it will look better. But this will look pretty good. It's pretty fun. Like you're playing paintball, you're learning army things with your little friends. You know, like it's actually pretty fun. RTC. It has its not fun parts, but I mean everything in life has not its fun parts. And I think for me it's a blessing that I got to study the study debt free because I get to pay rent debt free. I got to study debt free. I got to do a lot of things which I'm really grateful to. It gave me a lot of opportunities which I'm really grateful to. It gave me the opportunity to be independent and to go to college without my parents' financial help and to actually help them sometimes whenever they need money. You don't get paid a lot. You don't get paid a lot. Like, yes, you're gonna struggle a little bit like monetarily if you don't have more, like a bigger source of income. So the school I went is called WinSec, and I got to go and train with special forces, with like they were instructors of other countries, with like officers of other countries, with cadets of other countries. So hey, if you end up becoming a cadet and if you end up doing this, go to WinSec. It's super fun. You will meet like incredibly fun people. I'm thinking of doing a video interviewing them, matter of fact, because I haven't seen a video like that interviewing cadets of all around the world. And I have friends that are cadets from all around the world. So do that school. But yeah, you don't have a lot of free times, not even in your summer. Well, yes, you want to have 1 or 2 free months in your summer. But let's say you go to a school in your summer from your freshman year to your sophomore year, right? And after that, you go to um, even if you don't go to a school, you're in the National Guard, you're gonna have to do no, you're gonna have to do AT, annual training, right? Which is around 15 days per se. 15, yeah, 15, 18 days, which is not a lot, but I mean, it's gonna take some of your time. And in your summer from your junior year to your senior year, you're gonna have to do the little summer camp, how they call it, to see if you pass and if you see if you are eligible to become a second lieutenant. If you like your hair long, do not join ROTC. They will make you cut it. They are mean about it. I'm just joking. But yeah, no, you have to follow army standards. Like no hair, no, yes, haircuts, but like no long hair, like no face tattoos, nothing crazy like that. You know, army regulations. And you're gonna be wearing your uniform around campus, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, such a cool guy, you know, wearing his little army uniform. Thank you for your service." Uh, you, you get military discount whenever you have your CAC ID. It has great things. I think apart from the school benefits, like the major school benefit, I think the military discount is the biggest benefit.